Well, hello, I'm Bev Jessup, and I help worn out Christian creatives find peace, purpose, and healing through art journaling, creativity, and a quiet time with God. So, if you ever felt your creativity is just a side thing or that charging for your gifts feels a bit wrong, today's live stream is for you because we're talking about something real, that awkward guilt around money and creativity. So if you're ready to dive in, I am too.
Welcome to Creativity Released. This is the podcast that helps you unlock your creativity, grow in confidence, and even turn your passion into a business. Hi, I'm Bev Jessup, and I believe that everyone has creativity inside of them, even if you think you can't draw a stick man. Here we'll break through creative blocks and explore how faith and creativity work together and discover practical tools to help you monetize your creative genius. So grab your journal, paintbrush, or just an open heart, and let's release your creativity together.
The first section I want to talk about is why we feel guilty, because as Christians, we always feel that we've got to give things away free. After all, what Christ did on the cross for us was free. It was by grace that we are saved, and we are taught to give freely. But when it comes to offering something like a journal, a creative workshop, a course, obviously a cup that has your creation on it, your picture that you've taken time to do, we freeze. Why do we freeze? And we shouldn't really. And you're kind of thinking, should I just give it away? Like this week I sat in the library and I created 4 pieces of art with watercolor, my intense pencils, and I loved it. And yes, I was feeling guilty. Should I sell this? But it's taken time. It's taken my gifts, and not, people might like it, they might not like it. But the point is, it's a gift that God's given me. And I'm still thinking, is this what ministry is about? Should I just give it away free? So I want you to think about that, because I want you to just gently challenge that today with scripture and with love. Okay. So the Bible does talk about selling. Okay. In Proverbs 11, verse 26, it says, people curse the one that hoards grain, but they pray God's blessing on those who are willing to sell. So you have to think about yourself. Well, what are you willing to sell? There could be a whole range of things that you might be willing to sell. You might be willing to sell actual prints. You might be willing to sell your artwork on cards and with envelopes attached. You might want to put it on a t-shirt, on a mug. Maybe it's a journal cover. And there might be loads of different things that you might be thinking about selling. And if we think about the example of Joseph in the Bible, he stored up grain during the good period of times, when he was able to store up the grain. And then he saw there was a need, and he served others by selling it to them. Selling isn't about being greedy. Selling is a service. And especially when you're offering something of real value to someone who's in need. Now, I sell different services, and I had to come away from that mindset that I can only sell a particular thing, maybe. I worked as a speech therapist, and I worked in private practice, and I was selling my time to help children and adults with communication difficulties. And because I'd gone to university and learned and had 30 odd years of experience teaching these people and training them, I thought to start off with I would just charge what everyone else is charging. But I had years of experience and skills that I'd developed, courses that I'd been on, and, I had a wealth that I could share. And that is what you're doing. As a creative, you have got that wealth inside you that is unique to other people. What you create on a piece of paper might look like a scribble to someone, but you've created something unique. And you need to just ask God sometimes, what do you want me to do? Because I spent some time with God today, and he gave me a vision for this exhibition that I'm going to do in October. And it's like, I was thinking, I can't do that. I can't sell these prints. Would anyone buy it? But really, selling is serving. And that is what I want to talk to you about. It's not about being greedy. So section 3 is, I want you to think about, you need money for a mission. Whatever that mission is, whatever God has put on your heart, and whatever your purpose is, you need money for it. You can't give things away free. There are some things, I'm giving this content here on YouTube free, but you might want to run a retreat, a creative retreat. You might want to print journals, for example, and the printing costs money. Maybe you might want to create devotional kits, Bible devotionals. And those things all cost money. Those all cost something. So when you have a mission in your heart, you won't need to share with people what your mission is. I have got a membership called Creative Sanctuary, which you'll find the link in the description below. And it's only £7 a month. But what does it do? It brings a community of people who are really worn out, who don't find any time for me, any me time, because we're too busy giving out to other people, to family members, to our work, to our church, to lots of different people. And we forget about ourselves. That little time that you need to spend to develop your creativity, to find that peace, to find that purpose. And that is what my membership does. So when you think about creating a mission, you might be thinking about different sort of levels to it. It might be something small like that membership. It might be a course, and that might be priced at a different level. Or it might be a retreat where you bring people in person, which is something I really want to do, is to bring people in and give them that quality time of recovering from their burnout and their exhaustion and their overthinking and their anxiety, to having some time where their right hemisphere can be engaged and the left hemisphere, all the anxiety and all that sort of thing, is reduced and their right hemisphere is increased. And I really believe in this, and that's what I wanted to share with you, that you need money for your mission. And so don't be bashful about it. So before I carry on, I want to share with you the Creative Calm Challenge that I'll be doing shortly.
If today's episode inspired you, don't forget to just a quick pause. I've got something lovely to share with you. Starting on April the 21st, I'm running a free 5-day Creative Calm Challenge, and I'd love for you to be part of it. If you've been feeling a bit stretched, tired, or creatively blocked, this gentle challenge will help you, or just designed to help you breathe, reset and reconnect with yourself. I mean, what really truly matters. And each day you'll get a short video or audio, a creative journaling prompt, and a chance to reflect in a supportive group off social media, so it is calm, cozy and distraction free. No art experience is needed, just a notebook, an open heart, and a few minutes a day to slow down, and create. You can sign up.
Technical issues there, but anyway, I want to just share with you the next thing is talking about integrity. Okay, we in Matthew 5 verse 37, it says, let your yes be yes, and you know we don't. Okay, let your yes be yes. So when we show up with consistency, when we show up with honesty, when we say, this is what I'm offering, it blesses others and it's honoring to God. And that's what's good about good business. And I was challenged with this week because sometimes I think, I just want to share my vision about using creativity to calm your brain down. I want to share that with everyone. And yes, that is something that is for everyone. But really, I was challenged today that me as a Christian, I have to be honest that it's God's word and God's creativity inside me that helps me calm myself down. Yes, I'm not perfect. Yes, I do get anxious. But invariably, in order to calm that anxious mind, I use creativity. I spend time with God, his word, and with my colored pencils and paintbrushes or whatever. I do something with him because he's my creator. And so I have to be honest that I am there for Christians who are worn out, who are suffering from burnout and are giving, and don't have any time for themselves and their growth. And so that's where I want to come to, really. Right, next section, last section, section 5, is I want to talk about that it's okay. It is biblical to monetize your creativity. That is, I'm just wrapping it up. I just want to give you a gentle encouragement that when we're done with prayer, when we with purpose and with love, it comes to kind of like an act of obedience, an act of service. And if you're sitting on a dream because you didn't think you are Christian enough, you didn't think you are artistic enough or creative enough, this is your permission slip. I'm just saying to you that you need to get out there. You need to share your gifts and your talents and not hide it under the bushel. So let me know in the chat, have you ever felt that tension between faith and finances? And I want to just wrap up today by saying that next week I'm going to be talking about build a brand that glorifies God, even if you're not famous. And I want to invite you to also grab my abundance journal. The links in the links in the description below. And I'd love to see you on the Creative Calm Challenge. I've got like over 810. I haven't looked at my stats today, but over 810 people who have registered for it, and it's going to be live on YouTube, and there's loads of goodies I've got planned for you, so I can't wait to see you in there. So until next week, take care. God bless. Bye for now.